Tier Sunday with Sarah Sheridan.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Sheridan. Welcome to Twin Tiers Sunday. Thanks so much for joining us. We all like to wine and dine, but how much are we actually going out and buying wine these days? Well, we're going to take a closer look at the wine industry on Seneca Lake today. And joining me is Paul Thomas, who is in charge of the Seneca Wine Lake Trail. So that is very exciting. And how exactly is the industry doing right now?
It's doing fairly well, Sarah. You know, all industries are being challenged on a variety of fronts these days, no question about it. But conventional wisdom suggests that people tend to continue to enjoy adult beverages and go to see movies, even during an economic downturn. So we kind of like to think we benefit from that, and we see consumer confidence starting to maybe be restored, which is a big driver in terms of the industry's productivity and profitability. But so far, you know, definitely the wineries are not setting any record-breaking sales benchmarks this year. But I'd like to think that a majority of them are holding in pretty well.
And if you look at this year compared to last year, similar, or is there a drop?
In terms of wine sales and even, I would say, attendance, it has been a bit of a drop. We actually saw, though, interestingly enough, and it's something we haven't gotten our arms around yet fully, we saw when the gas prices spiked, we saw a huge precipitous drop-off in terms of customers visiting the wineries as well as spending money on wine.
Okay.
So it's not been, we know that was a big drop off for the whole region, I would submit, but it's been slowly coming back, and this last weekend we had our spring wine and cheese event weekend, which went really well.
Yeah, and you said that you had some record sales. You had more sales than you expected.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we were prepared at this. Once things started to really go crazy end of last year economically, we braced ourselves in terms of our budget and just prepared for the worst case kind of scenario. And we're happy to say that while some of the earlier events this year weren't as populated as we typically would prefer, this most recent event actually did quite well.
And are you drawing a lot of people from the region, or do they come from farther away?
They come from all over.
Really?
Majority of them certainly come within a 3-hour drive, I would say. So we have a lot of folks coming up from Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, Rochester market, you know, within about a 3-hour drive. But we had people at this last event from Texas, North Carolina, and Florida.
That's even great for the local restaurants and inns and hotels.
Well, and it's great for all those industries, definitely. And the other important thing is, you know, knowing that we do draw people from out of the state, it brings new revenue to the state. So in terms of, you know, it's taxable revenue for the state in terms of county taxes that are, you know, room taxes that are racked up at accommodations. So it's I would argue for the state of New York, it's better, quote unquote, money.
Great stuff. And we talked about the event you had last weekend, but that's not all. There's so much. This is a big season for you guys. What do you have coming up? What kind of fun things? Well,
the neat thing this month, the month of May, is Riesling month. And it's, as many of your watchers, viewers know, Riesling is the premier grape of the region. It's the one that many of our wineries have won awards consistently.
One of my favorites.
It's a delightful, sublime grape, no doubt about it. It's Knox Chardonnay where it belongs, which is in the backseat. So, at any rate, so this month we're celebrating Riesling. There's a whole host of activities that different organizations are bringing to the table. We've got our Riesling to Visit Passport, which is, I can plug a product here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a $12 little passport-shaped booklet, and it enables you to get complimentary wine samples at 27 participating wineries, one time each, throughout the summer.
Oh, great.
So it's great for people who live locally, you know, because they can come up on a Saturday, visit 6 wineries, check them off their list in their passport, come up another weekend, visit 6 more, because it's valid through the end of the summer.
That's a great deal.
It is a great deal.
And is there more than just this month? I know summer is a huge month with...
Yeah, well, believe it or not, the wine trail itself, if I suggested deploying a trail-wide event in the summer, I'd be hung from the nearest tree.
Really?
Yeah, because it's kind of the pig and the snake scenario.
Okay.
You know, so we've got the summer and harvest in particular are very busy times of the year for the trail. So to try and slam more customers through the trail during what's already a pretty busy time, not pragmatic.
I see.
So most of our trail-wide events tend to occur on the off-season or the shoulder season, though many individual wineries, all listed at SenecaLakeWine.com, do have events. Like Lenora has some renowned music events, huge concerts with really good jazz artists and that kind of thing.
And they can find about all of that on your website.
SenecaLakeWine.com.
Wonderful. And now, how do people tackle the wine trail? To me, it's so overwhelming. It's huge.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for someone?
Well, definitely get our brochure. And I say that not just because I'm trying to plug my organization, but because the brochure is really handy. It's got great maps in it, lists a lot of the wineries, gives a lot of helpful information about the individual wineries. And then, when you visit our website, read about the wineries, because it is. The difficulty is there are way way too many to do in a day.
Absolutely.
But also, so sometimes we recommend that people kind of explore the wineries through their websites or our website, see video clips, read what awards they've received potentially as a way to help figure out which ones to go to. But by the same token, we really encourage people to just have the experience, the thrill of going to a random winery.
Yeah, discover something new.
Exactly. That's really kind of almost half the fun.
And we do have a lot of award-winning wineries right here.
Oh, we do. Well, we're sitting right now in a tasting room at Atwater Estate Vineyards. Of course, you'll be chatting with some of the principals here. They win numerous awards. And yes, we've been doing the trail. The member wineries do very well.
And you guys have a new tool that you're keeping in touch with people on the web.
Yeah, we've been really working the MySpace, YouTube, Facebook, Web 2.0
Really?
kind of thing. We have been. It's been a great resource, fun way to keep in touch with fans and friends alike, and inform about what's going on, answer questions, try and entertain them with some silly little clips we bust out once in a while for YouTube, and so on and so forth.
And a great way to promote and get people to know that this all is right here in their own backyard.
Yeah, exactly, and that we're real people. A lot of people think, oh, it's an organization. People call our office all the time, Sarah, and are stunned when a human answers.
Really?
Oh, you're a real person. I thought you were an answering machine. Oh, you're Paul. Oh, you're the guy who sends the emails. Oh, that kind of.
Right.
So yeah, it's a way to humanize the organization and help people understand that we're all real people, and we're really working hard to try and make great wine and great events.
So do you have a lot of friends on Facebook?
I have in excess of 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing extremely well with
Well,
that.
I'm paid to recruit friends, you see. So.
Oh, well, that's your job.
Exactly.
Impressive, though.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and I get to meet a lot of them. It's a hoot. I go out anymore. Say I go out at someplace in the Gaffer District, say, to have a beverage after work or something. It's always interesting. All these people, it's like deja vu. Do I know that person? And so it's just kind of funny.
So if you're out there, make sure you friend
Exactly.
Paul Thomas. Is it under you or is
Nope,
it under
Seneca Lake Wine Trail.
Seneca Lake Wine Trail. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
And we're
Sarah.
not going to stop here. We're going to be talking to the owner of Atwater, where we are right now, coming up in just a little bit. So stay with us.
Twin Tier Sunday will return in a moment.